If it's happening in New York, New Jersey, or Long Island, hear about it with Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.
Live from the Smart Way to Buy.com studios. The Real Deal with celebrity chef David Burke is sponsored by Tavern 62 by David Burke, located at 135 East 62nd Street on the Upper East Side of Manhattan, where restaurant magic happens.
Havoc in Hazlet, New Jersey was Rare Earth. No, you were too young, man. You were a baby when Rare Earth came out. What was your rock group, David Burke, when you were coming up? Leonard Skinner, man.
Allman Brothers.
You be cutting
Kiss when I was really young.
Yeah. Oh.
And I heard Jim Croce this morning. Frank
the old man.
My first album was Jim Croce.
You don't seem like a Croce guy, like a kind of a...
I don't know how I got the album, but, it was
but he was so big.
Album.
He was so big. You were like 2 years old walking out.
Well, as kids, we'd go to City for... We'd see Yes, The Who,
You would go.
Stones.
You see, Albert does it.
We're close,
I told you when we first met, I told you about Al Gattullo. He does the same thing. He goes to the rock concerts, everything else.
In the 70s, that was, you got a cheap ticket, and you went in on the bus, get out of school night, you get back home.
Now you pay $687.50 to go see a show. So.
I must have saw... we saw Passaic Theater, Capitol Theater.
Yeah, Capitol Theater Passaic with John Scher in it, man. I remember that.
Jackson Browne was another first, because I lived near the Art Center down in by Homedale, so we'd just walk through the fence as kids.
Without paying tickets? I love this.
Outside, yeah.
You're the best. Al, he was worse than we were.
You'd still do that over there.
You can't
do it
right.
No. If you do it right.
Capitol Theater, I saw James Brown, man. James at the Capitol Theater Passaic. How cool was that?
That's got to be great.
Yes. Hey, first of all, boys, if I may say so, thank you, Shelley Goldberg, for bringing this talented person in, Mr. David Burke. He is the internationally renowned chef. Birthday today, guys. Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Mom.
We'll do the... And look at you working. Tell me what you did. And I know you have some fine cuisine over here that you bought.
Yeah, I bought a few.
I want to tell you about
things.
I talked to Mitchell Modell about. We're coming to Tavern 62. He goes.
It's right around the
He's
corner.
been there. He goes.
Good.
He goes. I've been there, but I'll go. He goes. I'm going to go. Tavern 62, right there in Midtown. What street? What street was that? Right now.
62nd.
It's Tavern 62. You see how I put that together? See, I'm quick in the morning, right? I did. So no, it's great.
It's close to Lex, between Park and Lex.
Look at that. Look,
right down the street from Bloomingdale's.
What did you bring this morning? Look at this.
You know what? I'm actually opening a restaurant tonight.
First of all,
okay.
To that in Seabright. This is huge. I was talking to a friend down there. That's a big community down there.
Yeah.
That's Springsteen, Bon Jovi, Garmani, Josh Snell from Garmani, all those good guys.
Yeah.
Now you're going to be in Seabright.
Well, I was in Rumson for many years at the Fromage Restaurant. It's been about 4 or 5 years since then. And my brother's the chef of this place now. And the crew used to work for me mainly. It's a Stavola family owns a beach club since the 40s, 47 or something.
Wow.
The largest beach club on the East Coast.
Yeah, wow.
The restaurant's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we rebranded it, and we open up tonight.
Congratulations.
It's called Drift House by David Burke. It's at the Driftwood Cabana Club. And I'm excited. I'm really, we practiced all the last 2 weeks on the menu. And
this is huge.
New artwork's coming from a gallery called Detour. Really fantastic.
Cool.
There's a guy named Kenny that owns it, and he's been generous.
Jersey based.
Oh yeah.
I love that you do that.
And he's. I saw a picture of a clown, a beautiful painting on Amtrak, going back and forth to my project in my restaurant in D.C.
Yeah.
And I said I got to have that clown.
I
don't have the clown yet.
You get the clown?
Well, the clown kind of spooks people in restaurants. It's weird. I'll take it for home, but I don't have the wall space.
That is so funny.
So they're coming to hang up the art. We got the logos. We got the menu tested, and tonight we had 25% off the next 3 nights.
Where is
that's
it?
called Previews.
It's and what's the location?
It's on Ocean Avenue. It's on the ocean.
Right there.
Across from the Shrewsbury River.
Opens tonight.
Yeah, you make a right over the, if you go down 36 or you make a right down Ocean Avenue there.
You're internationally renowned. You've been to France. You still don't forget Route 36.
I grew up on the third. I used to hitchhike to Sandy Hook when I was a kid.
God, I love you. And we'll be looking at your roach tattoos. The scars, I should say.
That was the original chef tattoo. Speaking of the wild days.
So tell me what you did the last 24 hours, man. Where were you yesterday?
I was in Charlotte yesterday. I made a speech for what's called the ACF, American Culinary Federation.
Sure, that's huge.
And 500 chefs. I did a keynote speech.
You were the keynote speaker? That's huge down there.
Yeah, it was nice.
How long you had to do? Like an hour or something like that? 45
minutes?
an
hour, cooked a few dishes.
You did?
Talked a little,
in front of other chefs?
Yeah.
This is pressure.
Yeah.
But not for you.
Well, it's it's just talk about the journey and the importance of education and food and professionalism.
Yeah.
Really, because it's become, and what's interesting is that this book came out yesterday. I'll talk about in a minute. Last night it was released. But the changes, being a chef in the 70s was not considered a profession, which is crazy. It wasn't a professional job.
It was more
a service job.
Yeah, service job.
So you're talking less than 50 years. This stuff is
boom.
Being on that surfboard or that wave is something that I was part of something pretty iconic
from the beginning, bringing it all in.
Yeah.
And then you went to an event last night with our buddy Drew.
Drew was there. Well, there was Andrew Friedman is the author of this book called Chefs, Drugs, and Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
And it's a story of if you read the what does it say in the top there? How food lovers, free spirits, misfits, wanderers created a new American profession. And you know what? That sums it up.
Are you pictured on the cover there?
No. Yeah, that could have been my haircut.
Yeah.
Those guys are all out of California. And there was a big California movement with Chez Panisse and all that. And the River Cafe, where I was the chef in the 80s, that's featured prominently in the book. It comes out today, so I didn't get a chance to read it.
Are you pleased what they put in the book? Did they put anything?
Yeah. I dodged a couple bullets.
Every time I go up here, every time I hear I'm in something, I go, exactly. I got a problem.
Exactly. I didn't get my preview copy, so I was like, come on, people.
Is it okay?
And he said, no, you did all right.
So you did North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever you were?
Yeah, Charlotte.
Charlotte. Then you went to a party last night.
Yeah.
Then you prepared something for us this morning, and it's your birthday. And where are you going to? And then you're going down to the opening tonight.
I'm going down to a salt factory in Flemington to pick up the salt. You know that salt I brought?
Wait a minute. Look at this guy. I love this. You're gonna that salt that you have is spectacular. Yeah. David's got these blocks of salt, and that's what you.
That's what we age our beef in. So tonight on the menu tonight we have dry aged beef. We have dry aged beef.
Yeah.
I bought a few things. I got some Bronzino. It's steamed.
You got the Bronzino.
I've got a roast chicken with butternut risotto, and I've got a porterhouse, which is raw. But that porterhouse is 40 days dry age from the best meat you can buy. I owned a bull. I bought a bull in Kentucky, and we'll get onto that another.
Wait a minute.
2,500 pound bull.
Where do you keep the bull?
He died.
He died. Did you whack him?
We froze his
You whacked the
stuff
bull, didn't you?
And I broke his leg trying to mount a heifer.
No.
Yeah. Those guys, you can't get up that high with that. If you're 2,500 pounds, you come down on a leg.
Okay. All right, David, we got it. It's a true story.
Oh, yes.
Only you.
I mean, if you're going to go.
Sorry, David, we have some good news and bad news.
So, his name was...
We better move on. Keep the show appropriate. What was his name? I'm afraid. Go ahead.
His name was Prime 207L.
There you go.
207L was the tag.
That's
And
great,
it was, it's a great story because we wind up getting the best.
Do we
meat
eat bull? Did you cut him? Did you cut? God, and respectfully, after he went, may he rest in peace. Did you cut him up? And
I don't think the bulls they cut. It's a good question. I don't know. Maybe for ground meat, but not for the bulls.
But I have to tell you, I'm not a red meat guy. Your steak that I had at Tavern 62, David, the way you made it, I don't know what you with the.
Well, it's all buying quality and aging.
Spectacular.
Listen, sometimes with a good cut of meat, the less you do is better. Now with a less prominent cut or like a short rib or something you got to cook, then you got to do stuff to it. The cheaper cuts are tougher. You got to get creative. But a good piece of meat, you buy prime, you age it correctly, you season it, and we put on, we melt out some of the beef fat, the aged fat. We call that love.
It was so lean when I ate it, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, you had, and you also had the bison. The bison.
That bison was outrageous.
I got bison short ribs on the menu tonight at Drift House, and that served with pasta. But the bison is coming out of Jersey. I can't believe there's a bison farm there. Fossil Farms has it.
Well, where's the bison farm
It's
in
in
Jersey?
Lafayette.
What exit?
Oh, that's further out on 80. But that's out.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah,
it's
sure,
still
out
50
there.
miles from the city. I was out there getting ostrich eggs one day because
Yeah, those we had those last week.
And I'm
Okay.
looking and I'm seeing. I look in the horizon a little bit and I'm like,
Come on.
are those bison? The guy's like, yeah. I'm like, where am I? You know, it's really crazy.
They raised the bison?
Yeah, I don't know how many heads he's got. Lance Applebaum's his name, but he's a young farmer and he's just moving.
I love that you keep it local like that. You keep everything local like that.
Well, the salt factory is in Flemington, so I got to go pick up salt.
So wait, so they make it there?
It's a storage warehouse. WBM International.
Yeah,
They're the largest importers of all of the pink Himalayan salt. So I got to pick up the candles for the table because they shipped the wrong thing.
You're gonna go down there and
it's not on my way, but I like.
It's out of your way, man.
I want to be. I like to get things right.
You're going to go down to Flemington. Check this out. Check the salt. Get the candles. Get everything properly. Then go all the way down the shore.
Because
I'm not too far from Flemington. You need a place to crash out. The house is right there. You know?
So that's. But I also go in and look at some of the new stuff they bring in.
Yeah.
I do a little work with those guys.
Yeah, very nice.
But they build the rooms. They build the rooms this size out of salt.
That's amazing.
A lot of spas too.
What? Tell me the scientific process of that. When you have a salt, what does the salt do to the meat that makes it taste that good?
When you take a piece of meat, most people in supermarkets get fresh meat.
Yeah.
If you ever see like a prime rib whole at a buffet, how big it's about 20-pound hunk of meat, right?
Yeah.
You put that raw meat in a refrigerator and it dries. If you left a piece of sliced cheese in your refrigerator, it dehydrates and curls. That's happening in a larger format. So if you put a 20-pound piece of meat in, 30, 40 days later, it comes out at 17, 18 pounds. It lost water weight. So it intensifies in flavor, tenderizes, and it absorbs the air in the room.
Yeah.
Now, if you put salt blocks in the room, that air is salty.
Yeah.
So now you're seasoning the inside of the beef somewhat.
Yeah.
Which in a thick steak you can't
If
do.
I went in, I could lose weight going into this room like this.
You get thirsty.
I'm going to get thirsty. Did you come up with this concept?
Yes, I got a U.S. patent.
What made you
on it.
think of it? That's why.
It was done by mistake. I was working on a different invention, actually, a diet product.
Yeah.
And trying to get flavor of dry aged meat onto fresh meat by spraying it on. So I had to analyze how to get that flavor out of meat, brought it to the lab, and the guy said to me, the number one flavor in your beef is cardboard. Cardboard. There was cardboard on the floor of the refrigerator. So meat actually absorbed the flavor of cardboard, and then that was the aha moment.
Wow, this is great. Yeah. So what do we got here? Let's take a look at what we got with David Burke, internationally renowned super chef. And from Tavern 62 and
Drift House.
Drift House down
David
the shore
Burke.
Today.
Seabright,
baby. This is going to be huge.
1485 Ocean Ave.
Bingo. What time are you thinking?
Well, we open at 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. This is exciting.
Yeah. It is exciting. We're all adrenaline junkies in the restaurant business. Most
it's
chefs.
Very much like show business. It's very much like entertaining.
Yes.
The time comes on. You're on or you're not.
It is true. Well, curtain time is 5 o'clock every night.
You know what I love about you? Before we go to look at this, Dave. You want to walk us through that?
Oh yeah.
So
on the that's the porterhouse for
Al's
2.
doing the Vanna White. We like that. We like
porterhouse
that.
for 2, dry aged 40 days. You see the B1 steak sauce by David Burke,
which is great. That steak sauce is to die for.
You know why it's called B1?
Well, another thing, can we?
Burke? A1 was taken.
He's the best. Look at
That's baked Alaska for 2. With blueberries.
Is that edible this morning?
Yes.
Look out.
You can blowtorch that, and we'll flame it. We won't flame it here, but you can flame it at tonight. There's a bronzino steamed with olive oil, lemon, and herbs. Then
is that the chicken I had?
Is that chicken you had?
That's the chicken that
chicken is soaked in seaweed and miso water for 2 days, then slowly roasted.
I don't know how you did it, man. Whatever you did, it was spectacular. Because I told that I like chicken.
It's also a very good cut, the way it's shaped, so the white meat's underneath, it stays moist. And then there's the bison short ribs.
Oh, look at this! Edible as well.
Yeah, that's edible. It's not hot. So. Everything is edible today. The meat is raw, but the other stuff's edible. I just didn't have a chance to heat it up because I hit a little extra traffic today.
Al likes his meat raw like that. He may just he may scuff it.
Honestly,
I gotta have it cooked.
If you take that meat off and I'll slice it thin, just blow torch it.
Here we go. Hey. Oh, look at this! A little birthday celebration for David.
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear David. Happy birthday to you. There it is, baby. Congratulations, David. Happy birthday, brother. Very, very nice. Shelly, thank you. Thank you, girls. Shelly Goldberg, thank you.
Nice.
Happy birthday, brother. I love that. I hope this is all from David's restaurant, right? Is it right?
What are you guys going to eat?
We're gonna, hey, listen, we eat everything. I swear to God, you think Al will eat that raw meat over there. Just watch it. He'll be like, David, happy birthday. And I love that you work so hard on your birthday like that. That's been your whole life, though. I mean, you had fun when you were...
I like working. Yeah. I like what I do.
Yeah, man.
I mean, and there's also, sometimes it's like, listen, it's the season. This is the season. It's just things land in certain times where you got to get it done.
Yeah.
And sometimes, you give a busy guy something to get done, and he gets it done. And that's somehow how it goes. But I got a lot of good help. I got a lot of people around me helping out. So it's not a one-man show.
We'll get into it when you come back next week. I want to talk about because I love your mindset. I love that you're very serious about it. I love that you love to have fun. That you're a party. You have some great stories that we will tell next week. That I have to guard myself on the air because I don't want to involve too much. We had a great conversation.
I did the lecture yesterday, and there was a couple of they should have been beep moments.
We should have been brought Al with you. Hey, happy birthday. And also Tavern 62, you don't want to miss. Tavern 62. Well, if you're in D.C., the beautiful Trump.
BLT Prime by David Burke in the Trump International Hotel. The hotel just got 5 stars across the board from Forbes. And
congratulations. And then tonight
we're live,
at what's the name of the place?
Drift House.
Drift House in Seabright.
At the Driftwood Beach Club. Drift House by David Burke.
You gotta check it out. Thank you, man.
Thanks,
so good to see you.
All right, enjoy.
Great having you. Great having you here, man.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
David Burke.
Great.
Debbie, we're gonna have to save something for you. We got everything. We're gonna have to save. I mean, unbelievable. It's great.
Wow.
We got to go to one of David's restaurants.
Yes.
You're gonna love it.
Yes, I want to go. I want to go. This sounds awesome.
You are so on, Debbie Duhaime.
Everybody knows this guy. Now, everybody knows he can do a radio show. Joe Piscopo. Mornings, 6 to 10 on AM 970. The Answer.